To develop social skills and become truly good at communication, one must begin by understanding oneself. Most people try to impress others, speak cleverly, or act confident just to get attention or approval. But real communication does not start with others. It starts with being honest with your own mind. If you are pretending, acting out of fear, trying to impress, or wanting to control someone, then your communication is not clear. It is confused, full of inner noise. Real social skill means being at ease with yourself, feeling no need to prove or defend anything, and from that inner silence, listening deeply to others. Most people don't listen. They wait to speak. They are only concerned with how they look, how they are judged, how to win the conversation. But if you want to influence people in a deep and truthful way, you must listen with full attention, without interrupting, without mentally preparing your reply. This kind of listening is rare. It requires you to be silent inside, not to project your own desires or fears on the other, but to see them as they are, with compassion and without judgment. When someone feels truly heard, they open up. They feel safe. That's when real influence begins, not because you manipulated them, but because they felt you understood them. Understanding someone deeply has more power than using smart words or clever tricks. To develop communication skills, drop the fear of what others will think. Speak not to impress, but to express. Share what you truly feel, clearly and kindly. You don't need to sound smart. You need to be real. Simplicity, sincerity, and clarity are far more powerful than complicated, polished language. Look at how children speak. They don't calculate. They speak directly from the heart. In social situations, try not to get trapped in small talk or gossip. Instead, guide conversations toward meaning. Ask people how they feel, what they dream about, what they fear, what they love. Be curious about their inner world. Most people are starving for someone who actually cares about their real thoughts and emotions. Be that person. And while you do this, observe yourself. Notice when your ego wants to interrupt, when you feel uncomfortable with silence, when you want to prove something. Instead of reacting, just observe it quietly. This observation without judgment begins to transform your inner reactions. Slowly, your mind becomes more still, more aware. And from that stillness, communication becomes natural, effortless, and powerful. To influence people, do not try to control them. People feel when they are being used. Influence happens not by pushing, but by presence. If your words come from clarity, peace, and deep understanding, they naturally touch the other person. Influence does not mean changing someone's mind for your own benefit. True influence means helping someone see something more clearly, helping them grow, awaken, understand. And this can only happen if you yourself are clear. Manipulation, on the other hand, is when you try to control someone's thinking for your own gain. This may work for a short time, but it creates distance, distrust, and confusion in the long run. People may obey you, but they will not respect you. They may do what you say, but inside they will feel cheated. So if you truly want to influence someone, first drop all personal motives. Become empty of self-interest. Let your words carry truth, not pressure. Let your presence bring peace, not fear. Psychological manipulation works when people are not aware of their own thoughts and emotions. If someone does not know themselves, they can be easily controlled. For example, if you make someone feel guilty, you can push them to do what you want. If you make them afraid, they will follow your direction. But this is a dark game. It destroys the beauty of relationship. It may give you power, but it will leave you lonely, misunderstood, and disconnected. The real way to influence is not through fear, guilt, or flattery. It is through understanding, patience, and clarity. Try this in real life. When a friend is angry, do not react with more anger or try to fix them. Just stay silent. Listen fully. Say nothing unless your words come from real care. This disarms them. They feel seen. Or when someone disagrees with you, do not argue. Ask questions. Be open. Understand their perspective first. This is true intelligence. Not to argue, not to win, but to see. In practical life, you can develop social and communication skills by becoming more aware during everyday interactions. When you're at a party, notice who speaks out of fear, who tries too hard to impress, who stays silent out of shyness. Then look at yourself. Are you present, or are you performing? Presence is powerful. If you are calm, open, and authentic, people will naturally feel drawn to you. You don't need tricks. You don't need to fake confidence. You only need to be awake. Social awkwardness disappears when you stop judging yourself and others. Speak naturally. Make eye contact. Use pauses. Breathe. Listen not just to the words, but the tone, the silence, the energy behind the words. Every person wants to be seen. When you give someone full attention without trying to gain anything, they feel valued, and in return, they open up. Slowly, trust is built. Also, learn the power of silence. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. In a conversation, don't rush to fill every pause. Let silence breathe. This creates space for deeper truths to surface. People often reveal more when they are not pressured, and you too will find that your insights become clearer in silence. Observe this in real interactions. Try speaking less and listening more. Let others speak fully before you reply. This simple change can completely transform how people relate to you. They will feel respected, heard, understood. Another key to developing social skills is emotional intelligence. Be aware of how people feel. Sense their energy, their mood. If someone is sad, don't pretend to be cheerful. If someone is excited, don't stay distant. Tune into their emotions and respond naturally. This creates connection, and at the same time, be aware of your own emotional responses. If you feel irritated, don't immediately express it. Watch it, understand it. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this? Often it is not the person, but our own hidden fears, expectations, or wounds that react. When you become aware of this inner world, you stop blaming others. Your communication becomes less reactive and more real. Remember, social skill is not about being the loudest, funniest, or most popular. It is about being real, present, and awake in every interaction. It is about understanding yourself and others with clarity and kindness. It is about knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to stay silent. It is about dropping the masks and being true. People trust those who are not pretending. They listen to those who speak from understanding, not ego. So start small. Practice in daily life. At home, with friends, at work. Watch your thoughts. Watch your reactions. Speak only when your words come from peace. Listen with your full being. Respond, don't react. Even in disagreements, try not to win. Try to understand. Say, help me understand your view. This simple sentence can soften the hardest conflict. People become less defensive when they feel heard. Don't try to prove people wrong. Help them see. And if they don't see, be patient. Influence is not control. It is a light. It shows but does not push. Sometimes the best influence happens silently, by your presence, your peace, your way of being. And most importantly, don't try to be someone you are not. You don't need to change your personality to be socially skilled. You only need to become more conscious. An introvert can be deeply influential. A quiet person can be an amazing communicator. Because real communication is not about volume, it's about depth, clarity, and connection. It is the silent space between two minds, where something real is shared. So trust your natural way. Refine it. Awaken it. But don't force yourself to fit into someone else's mold. True social mastery comes not from books, techniques, or memorized strategies. It comes from deep self-awareness, from observing your own mind, from learning to listen, from dropping the need to control, from being okay with silence, from having no personal agenda, from loving truth more than ego. The more awake you are, the more naturally your communication improves. Your energy speaks louder than words. And when your inner space is clear, people will feel it. They may not understand why, but they will be drawn to you, trust you, and listen to you. That is real influence. That is real power. And it begins with knowing yourself.